facts you might not know. From the biggest flops to the greatest hits, this is Trash Can Tidbits.
Hi there, guys. This is Trash Can Tidbits, and I'm your fun-sized raccoon host, Beaton. Welcome back to the show. Last time, I asked the question, which female director was the first to direct or co-direct an MCU film? And which film was it? The answer is Anna Boden, co-directing Captain Marvel. Boden's directing partner is Ryan Fleck, and together they have directed primarily TV shows such as Billions and Mrs. America. Other film credits include It's Kind of a Funny Story and Mississippi Grind, which starred Ryan Reynolds. Captain Marvel was their first big-budget film. Now, with that addressed, let's get started with fact number 1. Did you know that the man who produced the Steven Spielberg movie Hook was killed in the same car accident that killed Princess Diana? Dodi Fayed, the son of Egyptian billionaire Mohammed Al Fayed, had produced a number of classic films of the 1980s and early 90s. These other films include Chariots of Fire, FX, FX2, The Scarlet Letter, and of course, Hook. He was best known in his private life, however, as being the romantic partner to Princess Diana of Wales in the summer of 1997. Tragically, both of them were killed in August 1997 in the car accident in Paris that shocked the world. Fact 2. Did you know that the movie Dirty Rotten Scoundrels was originally developed to star David Bowie and Mick Jagger? The two rock idols starred together in a successful music video in the 80s where they covered Dancing in the Street by Martha and the Vandellas. With the success of that video, plans were made to put the two of them in a movie together. You may not know that Dirty Rotten Scoundrels was itself a remake of a 1964 Marlon Brando film called Bedtime Story, about two con artists who try to one-up each other, and plans were made to remake the film starring Bowie and Jagger. Both of them, however, had very busy schedules and were unable to make the film. So, Steve Martin and Michael Caine were cast instead, and the film went on to be a success. Fact 3. Did you know that the famous mask that Michael Myers wears in the Halloween series was a Captain Kirk mask? The budget for the first film was over $300,000, and the production could only afford store-bought masks. 2 masks were bought in the end. One was a clown mask, and the other was a rubber mask that was meant to resemble Captain Kirk from Star Trek. Production designer Tommy Lee Wallace spray-painted it white, shaved off the eyebrows, ratted out the hair and sideburns, and widened the eye holes. The mask then had a very creepy and emotionless look that director John Carpenter wanted. It's been confirmed that the mask was first made with a mold that was taken of William Shatner's own face. With that revelation, it's a wonder he was never asked to cameo in any of the Halloween films. Fact 4. Did you know that a tropical location from a Leonardo DiCaprio movie actually changed the economy of the region and damaged the environment? The 2000 film The Beach was notable as being DiCaprio's first film after Titanic, and it was filmed in Thailand in a beautiful beach area. However, part of the location needed to be renovated for a scene where the characters play football, which meant that a totally different breed of palm trees needed to be planted. Unfortunately, these trees did not take to the different tropical locale, and a storm actually came in and washed the trees out to sea, not only damaging the coral reefs, but also wiped out some of the local sea life and habitats. The Thai government got involved and fined Fox for nearly destroying the natural ecology of the area and charged them with rebuilding and repopulating the location. Moral is, don't mess with nature. Fact 5. Did you know that Buttercup from the Powerpuff Girls was originally going to be named Bud? The name Bud pretty much did keep in line with the character's sense of toughness and rebel attitude, but creator Craig McCracken didn't think the name rolled off the tongue as easily as the other two girls, Blossom and Bubbles. So, Bud instead became Buttercup, and the iconic trio was established. Also, the Powerpuff Girls started life as a series of shorts originally called the Whoop-Ass Girls, until Cartoon Network didn't want the word ass to be said in a children's cartoon. Fact 6. Did you know that Giselle from the Disney movie Enchanted was originally going to be a Disney princess at one point? Disney's 2007 musical starring Amy Adams was prepped by the company's being a meetable character at the Disney parks, as well as having her own doll. The plan was eventually scrapped when Disney realized they would have to pay royalties to Amy Adams' likeness. Also, too, at the end of the movie, Giselle doesn't really become a princess, choosing instead to spend her life happily ever after in the real world with the lawyer she falls in love with. Fact 7. Did you know that another theater actor was considered to play the Phantom of the Opera before Michael Crawford was even suggested? The original tryout for Phantom took place at Andrew Lloyd Webber's home of Sydmonton Court, a country estate outside of London where he stages an annual concert series. It was there that Webber decided to put on a rough cut of the show's first act, with very minimalist sets and different versions of the songs that eventually made it into the real show. Playing the Phantom in this tryout version was Irish tenor Colm Wilkinson, who was offered the part full-time, but declined due to his commitments to playing Jean Valjean in the London and Broadway casts of Les Miserables. It was in this original version of Phantom that he debuted the Phantom's solo song, Music of the Night, with some slightly different lyrics. Wilkinson would eventually go on to play the Phantom in the original Canadian cast. Fact 8. Did you know that although the Nintendo character Kirby is pink, he's actually white on the cover of the very first game he appeared in? Kirby's Dream Land, released for the Game Boy in 1992, was the debut for the Puffball, though the game's box art has him as white as a compromise between his creator and Nintendo. Masahiro Sakurai, Kirby's creator, wanted him to be pink, but Nintendo wanted him to be yellow. The box art has him as white, but Sakurai eventually got his way and he remained pink for Kirby's Adventure for the NES onwards. Although Nintendo's yellow color for Kirby would eventually happen as an alternate skin for the character's appearances in Super Smash Bros. Bonus fact, the name Kirby was chosen possibly as a tribute to the man who successfully defended Nintendo against Universal Studios over alleged copyright infringement to King Kong, John Kirby. Fact 9. Did you know that one of the songs director Baz Luhrmann tried to get into the movie Moulin Rouge was rejected by the singer who performed it? Luhrmann spent almost a decade getting the rights to the licensed songs in the movie, ranging from Elton John's Your Song to Patti LaBelle's Lady Marmalade, which became the movie's best-known song. One song, however, did not make the cut, Father and Son by Cat Stevens. It would have been sung at the beginning of the movie, where Ewan McGregor's character, Christian, has an argument with his elderly father on why he wants to move to Paris. When Baz Luhrmann pitched the idea to Stevens, he rejected it because he felt his music didn't fit the decadent atmosphere the film was going for. Ewan McGregor still made a demo of the song, and it can be heard on the Blu-ray. Fact 10. Did you know that Devil May Cry 2 is the only game of the franchise that has a licensing deal? The hidden unlockable costumes in the game for Dante and the female lead Lucia were made with a collaboration with Italian clothing manufacturer Diesel. This was because the game's producer, Tsuyoshi Tanaka, used to work for them and put in a good word. The company is rather popular in Japan and has been featured as a licensee in other video games such as The Sims 3 and Days Gone. Despite the deal, Devil May Cry 2 received mixed reviews and is considered the weakest game in the overall series, though it did sell well. And here's this week's trivia question. The Kingdom Hearts series has had a variety of characters and villains based on their respective Disney worlds. Each world that appears in the game mostly has their characters intact, except for a few. There is one world based on a beloved Disney film that does not, I repeat, not, have its villain appear in its level. My question to you is, which Disney villain was the first to not have an appearance in Kingdom Hearts 2, despite the movie's characters appearing in it? And there we go for this week. I hope you like this episode. Please comment below if you have any trivia information you'd like me to explore for another time. And as always, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and ring the bell to be notified for future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.